Hello and welcome back to the channel Science, Maths and Engineering. Today we are going to see how a for loop works and how we can display the first n natural numbers with the help of the for loop, and we will also determine the sum of the first n natural numbers. So let's get started. We are going to a new script. So here we will first clear the screen, so CLC, then clear all to clear the workspace. Then we will take the input. Is the user will define till which n natural numbers it wants to display. So it is input. Now whatever we write here, it will be displayed in the command window when you execute it. N is equal to input, enter the number of natural numbers to be displayed. Okay, so now we are taking as a is equal to 0. Now the for loop starts like this: I is equal to 1 is to n, and then n. So what happens in this for loop is that I will start from 1, then you go to 2, 3, 4, and like that till n. So here is an increment of 1, and so we can write directly this I is equal to 1 is to n, and then a is equal to a plus 1. So what will happen is that this loop will go for n times, and here a is initially 0, so now here a is equal to 0 plus 1 is so 1. So in the next loop a will be 1 plus 1, so 2. So next loop a will be 1, 2 plus 1, so 3. So that way a is going to come. So here I'm going to write f printf the first percentage natural numbers are, so then we put a comma, then it's n. So how it is displaying is that the first percentage d, since n is an integer, so first n means whatever the value of n, it will come here. So the first, suppose we put 10, so first 10 natural numbers are, then it will again come here. So we'll put it as, let us first put a new line here. We will put another new line here, so that our so it looks good. When we write slash n means a new line, okay? Then f printf percentage, sorry, just d small d comma a. Okay, so let's run this. Now we will save this as for loop. Okay, so we are saving it in the desktop, so it's saved. So we'll run it now. Now as we are running, what it's saying is that we have to change the folder, because now let me cancel it first. If I go here, you can see the current folder is selected is program files MATLAB 2017A and bin. So we'll browse it and it will keep it to desktop. So that's the one. Now if we run it, So it is coming. Let us put as 100. So it is coming as the first 100 natural numbers are. It is coming serially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we cannot see it properly. So what we'll do, after this percentage D, we'll put a space, or you can put /t. So it will be a tab. So we run it again, and it comes like this. Now as you can see, it is very difficult because it is going too long. So what we can do, we can also use another thing which is called as the if loop. So how it works is that if mod of a comma 10 equal to equal 0, then this, then end. But what we'll do is that if it is equal to 10, then only it will print. Otherwise it won't print. So what will happen now is that we'll be getting only 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70. So now we don't want like this. What we want is that it should come to 1 to 10, then the next line. So what we'll do is that we will display everything, but so this if loop will not come there, it will come down. And if it is equal to that, then we will do f printf So what mod does is that mod a comma 10 means if a is divided by at 10 and the remainder, whatever the remainder is, if that is equal to 0, then this new line will come, otherwise it won't come. And otherwise everything is getting printed, just it will add a new line here. So now we run it again, we put as 100, so it comes like this. So this is very simple here, and we also need to keep a space here so that it looks better. Now this is how we do it, like without saving the variable. Let me, okay, this once this comes, let us see the variables. It has a. What is the value of a? A is only 100 here. What is the value of I? I is also 100. What is the value of n? N is also 100. Now this is simple, but what is there is that this doesn't save the natural numbers in any variable. Okay, so that we need to do. But before that, we will first try to find the sum of this. So how we can find it? We will put sum is equal to 0. Okay, then here we will put sum is equal to sum plus a. So now as a is getting updated to the next number, total when sum is initially 0, then sum is equal to 0 plus 1, so sum is 1. After that, a becomes 2, so sum already has the value of 1, so 1 plus 2 is 3. So that way it will go on. Okay, so we'll again put a new line. Let us copy from here. So what we'll write is that the sum of the first percentage d, that is n natural numbers, is in percentage d. So the initial number is n, so next number is so it will be written as the code can read it as the sum of the first n natural numbers is sum. Okay, so let's do it once again. Okay, so what is going on is that after every iteration we are getting the sum. So that is also fine, but since we require the sum at only the final sum, so we need to take this line out of the loop here, and then we will put it here. So let's run it. So the sum of the first 100 natural numbers is 5050. So that was easy, and you can see all these are like single variable 1 by 1 matrices. So it has only one value. Now let us do it in another way. Now now we have seen that our sum and the natural numbers are all in a 1 by 1 in matrix. They are not in a matrix array. So now if we try to write all these natural numbers in a matrix array, so how we can do it? So what we'll do, we rewrite this program again. Okay, so this part CLC clear all and the input that will be same. Now what we'll do is that we'll define a matrix array. So we are defining as B is equal to zeros 1 comma n. Now this is a row matrix. Now currently it has all the values 0, but here we will store all the natural numbers. So how we'll do it? Let's let it be here now. Here we can write that B 1 comma I is equal to I. So you don't think about this one. This part just checked here. Let me comment this one then. Okay. See, the for loop B 1 comma first one 1. It will be 1. B 1 comma 2 equal to 2. B 1 comma 3 equal to 3. So that way it will go. So basically in B matrix, in each cell, the natural numbers will be stored one by one in ascending order. Okay, so that is done. Then we also want to print it, so we'll keep this line fprintf, we will uncomment it, and this will be now B 1 comma n bracket close. Be sure about this parenthesis, because if the parenthesis is not right, then there will be an error, and also it will show it as a red mark here. So here it is showing red mark for clear all, because many times when we do further programming, many times we do not want to clear it because we will be running functions. So when we call a function, so apart from the main function, the smaller functions do not need any clear all, because that will again clear the previous data which is actually required for the programming. So now this B, it is stored here and then it is displayed here. Okay, so after this, what we can do, we can we will display it properly. Okay, so what we do, we will display like 1 to 10 it will display, then 11 to 20 like that. So we'll keep this line also, we will uncomment this one. However, this will be not A, now this will be B 1 comma I. Okay, so what it means is that if B divided any natural number B, because the first one is 1, second one, so like that. So if when it reaches 10, then the remainder of this number and when it divided by 10 would be 0. So that time it will print a slash n. That means it will add a new line. So 1 to 10 it will be first line, then after 11 to 12 it will be in the second line, like that. Okay. So this part is done. So after that we can end it. So sum, this line we are removing from here. Okay. Now these numbers, natural numbers, are being printed. However, we now need the sum. So what we do is that let us make it sum 1. Now sum 1 will also, now how we want to keep it, that is one issue. If we want only the sum of the last digit, then we can we do not need to define it as an array. But suppose we want to know the sum of each, suppose the sum of first natural number, sum of the first natural number, the first two first natural, like that sequence. If we sequentially if we want, then we have to define this also as zeros 1, n. So just copy it from here. I will put it here. Okay. Now what will be the sum of the first number? So it will be only 1 because the only first number digit is there. So sum of 1, 1 is equal to b 1, 1. So the first number and the sum is same. Okay. Next, what we'll do is that for I is equal to 2 is to n, sum of 1, I is equal to, not sum of actually, the variable sum, 1, I minus 1 plus b 1, I. This is again sum 1. Just changing it now. Okay, let us come here. So what I am doing is then the first one will take the first value of the sum, means the sum of the first natural number is the first natural number itself. Okay. Now what is the sum of the first two natural numbers? So that will be the sum of the first two. So second one is equal to what? Sum of the first one means the first natural number plus the second natural number. So it is 1 plus 2. So it will be 3. Now we are putting in a semicolon. After that, if we see what is the next one, so it will be sum 1, 3 is equal to sum 1, 2. So the sum 1, 2 has already the number 1 plus 2, that is 3, and then plus 1, 3. So that is again 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that way it is taking the sum. So now if we want to display everything and all the means, if we want to display each element of sum 1, that is means 1, then 3, then 6, because 1, then 1 plus 2 is 3, then this 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6, that's 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10, like that. So we can put this line here inside this loop, and then it will show. Then time we have to give it as sum 1, I. Now if we want only the last one, then we can just print the sum of the first percentage d, that is n, first and natural numbers is percentage d, and then sum 1, n. N is the last number, so it will display the last one. Okay. So now we can run it. Let it be 100. Okay. Now it did a mistake. Now what is the mistake? Is here we are putting 1, n, whereas we need to put 1, I, so that each element is displayed. If we put n, only the last one is displayed. Let us run it again. See, 1 to 10, after that is a new line, then 11 to 20, so like that is. That's how the first 100 natural numbers is 5050. Now if we see the variables, this is the variable b. It has all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 till, if we go, it is till 100. Then if I put sum 1, it is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15, and so on. So it goes till 100, that is 5050. So that is fine. So this is a simple one. This is actually, okay, here 2 semicolons are there. Let me see. Okay. So this is one. Okay. So this is a simple code. It is basically one of the basics code. So I will have just put it here. And then after this, we can go to the further ones, and also we need to discuss some of the matrix equations. So stay tuned with the channel, and thank you.